That Writer Guy.
That Writer Guy.
That Writer Guy. Podcast with Lyman Rate.
Hello and welcome back to That Writer Guy podcast. I am your host, Lyman Rate, and today we discuss stupid and bad ideas and why, even if you consider them bad or stupid ideas, they are neither bad or stupid. Let's face it, we get ideas at the most random and unexplainable times when we are a writer or an author. One such place is the bathroom. Another is the bedroom when we are sleeping. How many people have been sound asleep only to wake up to a crazy idea that is completely new or something you could add to something you've already worked on? I've done it myself. You mentally think that you have stored it away so when you wake up you can write it down, but then you actually make the mistake of waking up. The idea is gone. But what if you were fortunate enough to write the idea down because you had a pad of paper or something to write on next to your bed? The same could be said for the bathroom. You're taking a shower and it might be the restroom for your bodily functions when you get a crazy idea. Now, if you're like most people, you have your phone with you because you're either playing a game, mindlessly scrolling social media, watching a video, or chatting to someone. Things you probably shouldn't be doing, but I'm not here to judge you. If you are in the shower, you probably won't have the chance to write it down, but hope you can remember every bit of the idea as you frantically try to get out of the shower or bath without falling. Now you have your idea. You have it jotted down in some form. You look at that idea and all that is staring back at you is a jumble of words or an idea you know you would never be able to figure out how to write, let alone it be something you would ever write. That's bad or a stupid idea, right? Wrong. There's no such thing as a bad or stupid idea. Just because you came up with it and it isn't something you were wanting to write, capable of writing, or you can't fathom how to write it in any way, doesn't make it a bad or stupid idea. And here's why. The stupid ideas or bad ideas come out of us because we have to have an outlet to allow our brains to continually think and create. Just because one idea is bad doesn't mean the next 5 won't be good. The same for stupid ideas. You might find that if you store these ideas away, you could find yourself in a position later on where you are actually taking one of these ideas and making something out of it. I have a file that is just a single Word document, but that Word document has a few thousand ideas on it. I go back through them from time to time, and some I laugh at, others I cringe at, and others still I'm worried about my mental stability as I have no clue why that idea came to me. But I refuse to delete them. I just won't. I can't. I never know when I might get the urge to write that story about the cow that has a laser gun and is a covert agent for Cowtopia. Or an urge to write the story where the man who falls in love with his grass and refuses to cut it, starting a grass war with his city. Yes, and these are actual ideas I have had. No, I'm not ashamed to say them because they are truly insane, but hey, I never know when that inkling and want to write them might come into play, and those stupid or bad ideas just became good ones, right? You can have as many good and as many bad and as many stupid ideas as you want. Don't be ashamed of them, but make sure that if you end up with something good, that you have a use for when you need them. It could be an idea to help further a story you're already working on. Maybe you're working on something and ideas come to you for a second book or part of a series. Don't ignore them. They could easily be your best ideas or an idea that takes your stories a totally different direction. But what about those ideas that are so completely out of the blue that it's just something you won't write or use? What about those? Something I personally like to do is to see if anyone might be looking for some. If you're in a position where you're fortunate to have ideas just showing up to be found by you, others might not be that lucky. They could be having a difficult time trying to glean ideas for a new book to write, a short story, anything, and having no luck. From time to time, I'll go into one of my social media writing groups that I'm a part of and offer up the ideas. If someone wants one, that's great. If not, that's not a bad thing either. I call it sharing and caring about others, and I believe that by helping when and where I can, I will get that back tenfold. I can't say this enough when I say just because you have a weird, stupid, or bad idea, it doesn't mean that you have to discard them entirely. You might find a way to include one or more than one of those ideas in something you're currently writing, or maybe a use for creating one bigger idea that becomes something else. Just don't throw them away or get rid of them. because to me, that's like throwing your mind and your thoughts away. If you don't care about yourself or your thoughts, then it will show. I pride myself in being able to use my mind and my thought and my ideas to write my stories. I'll never get rid of anything lest I find a way to use it. My one thing I will say through is this. I do have a time limitation on when it comes to how long I will hold on to any idea, and that is 3 years. When I have an idea, I will find a way to write it down. I will then put it in and store it on that one folder and that one document that I have. Something can help me remember what it was exactly when I write it down. I will then go to my document and type in the data and the idea. And then I will add the date. Then I save and close and send to myself an email form to various places in the cloud for safekeeping. Each month I will take 1 hour to go over these wacky and crazy ideas to purge the ideas from the 3 years ago from that month. I do this so I know what I have, when I thought them up, and they're still something I can use or something I toss entirely. Most of the time I just toss them out. It's on a rare occasion I will come up with something for it and keep it. But I do this every month at the beginning of the month, and I have added that to my list of routine things to check. Ideas are not a bad thing. Stupid ideas are not a bad thing. Bad ideas are not a bad thing. Ignoring them when you have them is a bad idea. Ignoring them when you have them is a stupid idea. Keep those ideas around because it could come in handy. And that is all the time I have for this subject today, and I do hope you have found this helpful and informative. I have enjoyed my time with you, and I look forward to being with you on the next episode of the podcast. If you've enjoyed this podcast or any of my previous episodes, I would like to ask that you please consider following me on Facebook at That Writer Guy Podcast. Give me a like, follow, even send a comment or a message if you want. I would love to get those, and I will reply in kind. And until then, for the next episode, keep the words flowing, the ideas going, and happy writing.